Hey guys, Kurt here, and today I want to talk about what are the twin flame stages to union. So it's actually very complicated and sophisticated. There are 19.36, that's 19.36 stages for you to go through before you can proceed through the rite of passage and the energy portal that the shaman has to bless after, and that's after you've had your Akashic record with your twin flame cleared, and then you have the shaman. They like sprinkle some holy water on you, and the holy water actually has to be mixed in a witch's cauldron with some snake eye and some pig snout, and then your twin flame. They have 44.71. That's 44.71 stages that they have to go through, which includes awakening. And I mean, it's kind of a gamble if that's even going to happen. They have to, you have to just nag them a whole bunch about awakening and embracing true spirituality, and hopefully by the 44.71 stage, they will be awakened. And then after you both go through all that, then you both have to go before the grand magistrate together. So you got to somehow, I don't know, if they're ghosting you or something, you might have to kidnap them or something to get them to go with you before the grand magistrate, where they will check the heavenly soul contract book of soul contracts to make sure that you've both fulfilled your obligations, not just in this life, but in all your previous lives as well. If you've ever seen that TV show, My Name is Earl, so at that point, it can be kind of like that, because if you haven't fulfilled all your soul contracts, you're going to have to go back and redo all that stuff. So you probably want to get started on that first. And of course, I'm totally joking, but here's the thing. Everything that I just got done saying isn't a lot different from kind of the impression that you get from the community about this thing of that there's all these stages that you have to go through. And I wanted to start with that bit of satire just to show that to you, like how ridiculous this really all is. Your twin, it's simple. It's really simple, actually. Okay, if you want to be with your twin flame, getting that to happen is so simple. It's so simple, you won't even believe it. You and your twin flame are the same soul. You have to let go of the control mechanisms of the ego and instead align with your soul. Everybody in this world from the cradle is conditioned to believe that they are their mind. Everybody lives through their mind, right? Like, what do you think the self is? What do you think me is? When you sit there and you think about what's me, what am I, who am I, what is that? Like, who's in here that constitutes that sense of self, right? And most people, almost all people on earth, believe that it is their mind. I have all these roles to play, right? It's the ego, the id. I'm this kind of person. I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm a friend, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a bus driver, I'm a school teacher, I'm a waitress, I'm a construction worker, I'm a banker, I don't know, whatever. I'm a clerk, right? I'm the kind of person that likes this thing. I'm the kind of person that acts this way in these types of situations. Just whatever, right? Self-identity, what you think the self is. Well, that's thought. The point that I'm making right now is most people believe that what the self is thought. And what I'm telling you is that the self is much deeper. The self is the soul. When you do the thing that we call die, your body ceases to function and your mind ceases to exist. What's left? You, the soul. And the soul is pure consciousness. If you aren't familiar with my channel, there's another playlist. There's a playlist on my channel here. If you want to go watch my other videos where I talk about this kind of stuff, these deeper concepts, because if you want to get your twin flame, you have to align with your soul. So you have to know what that is, right? Well, I talk about this endlessly on this channel. And instead of going to the videos menu of my channel, like if you go to the main page of this channel and you go to the videos section and you start to dig around, it's going to be hard for you to find these other videos because there's a lot of tarot readings, and I don't know, it doesn't seem obvious, at least to me. So I've put all these videos where I talk about twin flames and these deeper concepts in a couple of playlists. So go to the playlist menu, and there's two playlists: How to Get Your Twin Flame and The True Spiritual Journey. And go watch those playlists. I put all of these videos where I talk about twin flames in there. Well, anyway, there's a video in the True Spiritual Journey playlist called What is Me? What is the Self? Okay? And it's deeper than thought, is what I'm getting at. The soul is pure consciousness, and you have to align with the soul to get your twin flame. You guys are the same soul. So you have to, instead of identifying with the mind-created sense of self, which is called an ego, you have to align with the true self, which is where you came from and where you will return when you do the thing that we call die. The real you, the soul, I am, right? And what it is pure consciousness, pure being, pure existence. And you can't think your way there. And this is why there's this deal with stages out there in the community. People believe that there's all these complicated stages you got to go through or something, or like you're going to experience all these different emotional levels. You know, if they're not explaining it the way that I, in kind of my parody way, explained it at the beginning of this video, they're gonna tell you, oh, there's all these emotional changes you go through, and I mean, maybe that's true as you're going along through this transition of changing from being identified with the ego to being identified with the soul, which is the true self. There might be emotional changes, but to concern yourself with those stages and to think, I have to go through all these stages, and I got to make sure that I'm doing these things, right, is the mind. And you actually have to stop trying to do that. You can't think your way there. And if you want to know how to align with your soul, go watch my video called How to Align with Your Soul. And if I'm not mistaken, it is in the True Spiritual Journey playlist. So the mind, it wants to be in control. It wants to be in control. It thinks it is in control. It's not, but that's another video for another day. And even if it doesn't like what's happening, as long as it thinks it can understand what's happening, it feels like it's in control. So people, because everybody lives through their mind, people have invented all these different stages that you have to go through to get to union with your twin flame. There's no stages, guys. And actually, what you have to do is let go of the need to figure out what to do, to live through the mind. You have to switch where you operate from living through the mind to living through the soul, which is what you are at your core anyway, living through the true self. And the mind, it likes stages. It likes the idea that there's supposedly stages that you have to go through, because again, that's thought, that's rules. Those are mental constructs. Perfectly okay to do those things depending on what you're doing, but when it comes to your twin flame, it doesn't work. Okay? You and your twin flame are the same soul. You have to align with your soul, not with thought. And believing that there's stages that you have to go through is thought. There's no stages. There's no stages. And actually, again, letting go of the need to figure out what to do about your twin flame is exactly how you get them anyway. And when you do that, you're not concerned with what the person is doing at all. You're focused on your spiritual journey, and you haven't even given that person a thought in ages. You're all focused on aligning with pure consciousness, pure being, and you haven't even given them a thought in ages. You're focused on your spiritual journey, and that's when they show up. That's exactly when they show up to be with you. The universe is matching your energy. Instead of believing that you are your mind, which is where the polarization between you and your twin exists, go watch my video called What Are Twin Flames? Instead of identifying with your mind, you've identified with your soul, and the universe will match your energy. If you're aligned with your soul, your twin flame is the same soul energy as you are. The universe matches your energy because you're aligned with your soul. You're not trying to figure out what to do. You've let go of the need for stages. The mind loves that. Again, even if the mind doesn't like what's happening, like your twin flame running away from you, ghosting you, whatever, as long as it thinks it understands what's going on, it's okay. The mind is like, all right, I don't like this, but at least I understand what's going on. I've got some explanations here. I'm on stage 4. And that's just where I'm at. I've got more stages to go through. And anyway, doing that, like doing the stages, pushes your twin flame away anyway, because you can't actually be doing anything to try to get your twin flame, guys. You need to get your soul. You have to let go of the physical person. That's the trick. That's the challenge. The soul really wants you to be truly and sincerely paying full attention to it. And you can't fool the universe. If you're not really sincere about embracing your true spiritual journey, it doesn't work. If you're doing anything to get your twin flame, or thinking I have to go through these stages, or I'm at this place and what do I do if this happens between us and I have to make sure that I act right when they come around. No. You don't do anything about them. You just let them be. And that's what the soul does. The soul just accepts what is. The soul does not judge. The mind does. The mind is what tells you, oh, this is bad. We are not together. It's not supposed to be that way. But I'm on stage 5, so that's normal. So I'm okay now because I understand what's happening. And then right off the bat, you've shot yourself in the foot by doing it that way, by identifying with the mind. Because you're thinking you have to figure out what to do. You're also thinking that not being with your twin flame is bad. And so that's all mental energy. That's what the mind does. It judges. Oh, we're supposed to be together. It's not supposed to be this way. This is wrong. This is bad. The soul says, no, it just is. It's not good or bad. It's just what is happening. It's just what is. The soul just accepts that. And you have to move away from the mental energy of doing all that crap to the soul, which is, I just accept what is, and I don't have any preference about whether or not my twin flame is with me, and I'm going deeper into that place of pure being and pure acceptance of what is. And it's a paradox in that sense. You accept what is, and you aren't even paying attention to the person or what happened between you or any of that. You're aligning with your soul for the sake of aligning with your soul. You're not doing it with an agenda to try to get them to come to you even. You're just doing your spiritual journey, and that's all. And that's when they show up. That's when they show up. It's kind of a paradox in that way. The universe is matching your energy. This is the law of attraction. You're trying to attract yourself to yourself. They are you. You guys are the same soul. You're trying to attract you to you, right? Well, what's you at the core? The soul. You have to align with your soul, not thought, not the artificial mind sense of self, so-called the ego, right? The id. which tells you there's stages, and it's not supposed to be this way, that we're not together. The soul says, I don't need anything. I am whole and complete. I don't care if we're not together. I don't need them. I'm not even giving it a thought. You have to align energetically with that. You can't figure out how to do that. Go watch my video called How to Align with Your Soul. So there you go, guys. There's no stages. There's no stages. That's a myth. That is somebody who is telling you, and the people that say that there's stages, they present themselves like they are spiritual teachers, and they're telling you this is a spiritual lesson, this is a spiritual thing that I'm teaching you. Here's all the stages. That's not spiritual. That's psychological, guys. You have to let all that stuff go. Let go of all the control. Let go of all the mental constructs. Any tendency to not agree with what is the mind. We're not together. It's not supposed to be that way. I got to go through these stages to fix it. That's the mind, guys. You have to identify with the soul instead. And the mind doesn't need, the soul doesn't need anything. It accepts what is. It accepts what is. We're not together? That's great. Here I am. It just is. It's not good or bad. It just is. And also, switching the focus of your attention to the present is also how you do that energetically. Go watch my other videos. Go watch my video called How to Align with Your Soul, and all my other videos. You have to get out of the mind. You have to let go of control. There's no stages. There's no stages, guys. There's not 1 or 2 or 10 or 44.71 stages or any of that. There's only one thing for you to do. Get out of your mind and align with your soul. And again, the universe will match your energy. If you do that, they will bring the only other thing in the universe that has the exact same soul energy as you do to you, your twin flame. So, there you go, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.